This project, I chose to use Kahoot. My grade level is sixth grade math, and my academic standard is 6 NSA1. My ISTE standard for student is the 1.1C. The students will use Kahoot as a way to study and enhance their knowledge on the standard that they are learning. As an educator, I would be able to see what students got what questions wrong, which will be helpful so that as a teacher, I know what I can help each student in. Um, for the different learning styles, we can do things like adding pictures for visual learners, for auditory learners, there's music in the game, and teachers can explain each question as they go. For the kinesthetic learners, the game is pretty fast-paced, so the student will stay engaged throughout the game. And then for accessibility, the game is very simple to go into. So you pretty much just search Kahoot and it'll take you straight to this, which you basically just put in the code and you join the teacher and you put your name in there. And then when making a Kahoot, you can use things like colors, fonts, different designs to help the students so that they can have clarity on instructions. And as for the student has questions, trouble reading, the teacher can read the questions for her students. So here's just an example. This one has some pictures and stuff of like the Peanut movie. And then to help students with different academic levels, we can do things like scaffold it. So we can start with easy questions, then make it harder as they go. We can also have students create their own Kahoot, which I think will be so much fun. And then they create their own questions and answers while having a rubric, of course, so that students don't just try to do easy questions, but this way they can work the questions within their own time. To personalize the learning experience, you can do things like add student names, add places that they know that are in the neighborhood. Also, using team play can be very helpful so that the students can work together to collaborate and answer questions together. Um, some important skills that students will practice using Kahoot will be collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity, especially if they're creating their own Kahoot. Some ways that Kahoot features push it to augmentation are instant feedback, timers, and gamified experience. The instant feedback can be super helpful to students so that they know if they got the answer wrong or right, they can adjust and try to improve. The timer is good so that the students have some pressure that can help them to think faster under pressure. The gamified experience is important so that students can have fun while learning. Kahoot makes studying for a test really fun and engaging since it's being used as a studying tool. It does not in any way affect the learning experience. So an example would be if the students are studying for an upcoming test, they are going to use Kahoot, so they are answering questions with the timer while competing against their classmates. Right after the answer, the questions, right after they answer the question, they get immediate feedback, answering if they got right or wrong. After the game, the teacher can see what students are most struggling with, so that way she can still help them to be more prepared for the test. And yeah, this is Kahoot. There's some little templates, and obviously, as a teacher, you can create one from fresh as well. And yeah.